the Fresh and Fit Clips vid. This is Myron explains to her why women must be trained. So, I'm not really sure what he's saying. I normally don't with these titles, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. Hey, and if you a Fresh and Fit warrior, get your bitch ass out my comments, bro. Most of the niggas that be trying to comment and tell me what to believe ain't got no hoes, bro. I'm laid up with some cheeks every night, and y'all ass trying to tell me what I should and shouldn't believe. Nigga, it's my opinion. Get a life. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
What do you prefer? A woman who is trainable, or a woman who is already red-pilled, understands that mold, or is there no difference? You're happy with both? Like, can you be bothered to train a woman?
I think that's an important component. A girl's got to be. Here's the thing. I'll take a dumb girl all day if she's inquisitive, impressionable, and trainable, because I can make her smarter. Right? My leader. I have the confidence, I have the competence to make her a better woman. And I think most girls that end up being like the best girlfriends, their boyfriend has to train them to a degree. Hey, this is what I need you to do for me. Because the man is a leader. A component of leadership is being able to instruct people and lead them to success, and to get your girl to be the best girlfriend that she could be. You have to lead her. But the problem is that a lot of guys don't have leadership skills. They ask their girl, what do you want to do?
Oh,
they
my
let
God,
her lead.
that's so much.
All this stupidity. Like, I always say it, like, people, oh, you're sexist, you're misogynistic, but I'm realistic. Most don't even know what the fuck they want to eat for lunch. How the hell do you expect her to guide you in life? Like, no, like, not born leaders. There's a reason why since the beginning of time, men have led societies, and patriarchy stand the test of time, and matriarchies die off because aren't born leaders. They're too emotional. They're not deductive problem solvers. They don't use rationale. They use feelings, and that's a problem. When you use feelings, that's a bad thing. If you look at men that use feelings, what are they? School shooters, criminals, murderers, etc.
Crash outs. The most gangster nigga is the most emotional. That's what nobody want to talk about. The nigga that everybody think is tough, that got 10 hats and shit, killing people, you say something wrong, he switching your ass up, he's a pussy. He is emotionally reactive. He can't control his emotions. So as soon as his ego feel fucked up, he got to do something. That is an emotionally weak man. So yes, men, think with your logic. Don't use your emotions. Because if you tell us to use our emotions, this bitch will go up in flames, bro.
Because they're going off of emotion. They're not able to control themselves. When men aren't able to control their emotions, really bad things happen, because men are capable of violence and savagery. But when women aren't able to control their emotions, it's like, it's kind of natural for them. So that's why men need to be in leadership roles, because aren't natural leaders. Are there women that can lead? Right? There's always exceptions to the rules. There's always going to be fantastic women that could be lead and be boss and all this other stuff. But on the balance of probabilities, most.
I ask because so when I was about 19, 20, I wouldn't say I was like a feminist, but I was definitely
You were one of those?
No, it wasn't crazy feminist,
okay.
but I was definitely I thought that I was proud, to make my own money, and I like intellectual things, like I like politics and crypto and whatever, and so I'm like, yeah, that'll be fun to work in that area, and I can do it, and I can but as time's gone on, I'm lucky I have an older brother. I would say he's definitely like knocked a lot of ideas out of me, I guess, like maybe see things in a
male leadership way. Baby.
Yeah, so now I would say, like I have like this trained mindset, so I feel like my brother's like prepared me for the right man, but I'm curious, is there something which men prefer? A woman who he doesn't need to train, like of course she needs to be trained to his liking, right?
Of course.
And how he likes everything to go, how he likes the food, my future husband isn't gonna like his chicken season the way my brother likes his chicken season, it's all different. But I'm saying, is that more valued over a woman who doesn't know anything, and then you've got to like take all this time to just like train her and teach her and debate with her? And
so you're like in a fantastic position, and I've always said this too. Like,
thank
women
you. That's
say,
very positive.
Yeah. I mean, I really do love the relationship that you have with your brother, and that's great. I wish more women had it, because if more women had it, they would be better girlfriends and or wives in the future. And the thing is that I've said this before, and I'll say it again: the best person to advise a woman is her brother, her father, her uncle. Men that don't have a sexual interest in her. Why? Because they're going to give her the real deal. Hey, this is what you need to do. This is how you be attractive, etc. And they can give you truly objective advice that's going to make you the best counterpart for a man of value, right? Because they don't have a sexual interest in you, so they're going to keep it 1,000, right? So That's one thing. I think that's something that I wish stood more. But we have fatherless households, broken families. It's something that's rare, which is why I really admire this relationship that you have with your brother. But I would say if they don't have that, I would say trainable is good. And the reason why I tell guys is you need to be able to train your girls, because unfortunately a lot of women don't have a strong brother, a father, etc. So you have to come in and you have to be that leader and teach her how to be a good girlfriend a lot of the times. So it used to be, right, like 50, 60 years ago when chivalry was a thing, by the way, you can meet a girl and she came what I call pre-assembled. She came from a 2-parent household. Her father and her mother instilled certain values in her. She understood what it was to be a lady. You didn't have to do too much work. Like an average guy could be rest assured that he'd be able to get a woman and she'd be a dutiful wife and she'd be a good wife and she'd raise his children and they'd be able to, get the white picket fence and, the family, nuclear family, dog, 2 kids, all that. But those days are done, man. Women aren't necessarily women anymore. Like women are more masculinized now, and you have to almost train that out of them to a degree. Right now, I don't have a problem with women that want to enter the workforce and make money, etc. My issue is that when they prioritize that over family and children, because at the end of the day, the nuclear family is the backbone of any thriving society. But it's going down the hill, and I know people might say, well, Myron, you're contradicting because you teach girls how to get laid, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And here's my argument to that. I wish it was the 1950s. I wish nuclear families were a thing. I wish 2-parent households were a thing. But my thing is I don't make excuses and cry. I give solutions. You have to adapt to the ever-changing marketplace. So one of my controversial takes is I tell guys, for you to be a good counterpart in today's day and age, you need to be making 6 figures per year, have 6 months to 1 year savings, be in shape, be 35 years old before you think of marriage, right? Because at that point you have some wisdom in you. And had sex with 50 girls, and everyone looks at me, whoa!
50?
50. And everyone's, whoa, that's crazy. 50 isn't really that much in
That's
today's
really
day and age.
not.
I know girls that do that in a semester in college. If you,
No cap, man.
I know you don't, but like I'm telling you, a lot of girls get around. Like if you meet a girl that went to a good university and she was in a sorority or she was involved in sports or something, bro, she's gonna by the time she's out of there, she's gonna have at least 20 bodies, at least. And here's the thing, I always tell guys this: the reason why you need to have these things in place as a man. So your brother agrees with me.
Yeah, I know he agrees with everything.
Yeah.
He's not like.
Let me tell you
loving
why.
It.
So this is the analogy, right? Let's go into a dream world real quick, like woo, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So imagine that you got to get into a ring, right? But you've never trained in martial arts. You've never trained in any, mixed martial arts combat. You've never fought in your life. You're a fucking white belt, okay? But in 3 days, you got to get in the ring with someone that's a black belt that's been training for 20 years. What's going to happen when you get in that ring?
Getting killed.
You're going to get fucked up, right?
Yeah.
That is the dynamics between a man and a woman, and I'll explain.
That's true.
By the time a woman hits puberty, she's been hit on and talked to by the opposite gender thousands of times. So she's become very good at deflecting losers, figuring out who's a winner, figuring out this guy's confident, this guy's a weirdo, this guy is a higher status guy, this guy is, I'm just going to finesse him for whatever. Women become black belts in the game of dating and dealing with the opposite gender. Men, on the other hand, he might not work up the courage to talk to a girl until he's 22.
No.
So you have, 10 years behind a woman? So
Basically, what he's saying is, for you to be an expert with something or really learn the ins and out, you need one, quantitative data. So that's what he's saying. You need to, the women, they go through men after men after men, people trying to approach them. They got the quantitative, but now you need the qualitative data, right? So you need to be feet on land, participating in the shit, figuring out the ins and outs, the do's and do nots. Feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's way easier for women because they come in contact with men nonstop. Probably as soon as they old enough to go somewhere on their own, probably like middle school. Niggas. But men, especially if you ain't got no high self-esteem, you ain't getting to no bag, you can't dress, you're not the most attractive, you're not the tallest motherfucker. It takes some time for you to get the confidence, bro. And some people die without getting that experience of getting hitting 10 females. Some dudes die virgins. Never even walked up to a woman and introduced themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really put yourself out there and make it a point to say, I'm finna go out there and get this qualitative data. I'm finna go out. I'm finna talk to this many women. Whether I get rejected by all of them or they all give me their phone number, I'm gonna go out and do it. You know what I'm saying? Just so you know the knowledge and the wisdom.
Gonna go ahead at 35 years old, no sexual experience, or worse yet, mid-20s, no sexual experience, no money, no status, no gym, no competence, no nothing, and you're gonna go ahead and get in the ring with a woman by the time she's 25, she's a black belt with dealing with the opposite gender. She's gonna finesse you all over the place because she knows what to tell you. She knows how to appease to your ego. Your dumbass, oh my God, you're so good. Meanwhile, you were 3 pumps and you fucking like. Women know how to get in a guy's head. So if a guy isn't aware and hasn't been training in the gym, right, worked up to a black belt so he can at least compete, like he's going to get finessed and destroyed. So that's what I always say. Like the dating dynamic between a man and a woman, a lot of the time, the woman is a black belt beating the shit out of the guy, but the guy doesn't even realize it until he walks into divorce court, loses half his money, didn't realize this. Wow, I got famoosed because he didn't have the sexual experience. He didn't have what I call the backlog, the encyclopedia of dealing with a bunch of women to figure out which girls are good, which girls are bad, which girls are hoes, which girls are wife material, which girls are worthy of dating seriously, which girls are not. You got to be able to figure all this shit out. You got to be able to put women in boxes because women definitely put men in boxes. They meet this guy, sugar daddy, this guy, trick, this guy, okay, I can actually date him. Okay, this guy, loser, this guy, friend zone. Like women put dudes in boxes all day, but dudes, first girl that fucking says hello, wife.
Aww.
Wife, yeah, woo! Fucking idiot. And then this guy might be worth 100,000, 200,000, doesn't know any better, gets finessed. Today's sponsor.
Man, I could not agree with Myron any more than what I do. I agree with everything he said, and that's going based off of what I just said with the quantitative and qualitative data, man. Me, I had my period where I was out there putting up numbers. So now I done already got that catalog in my mind. I already know. I already picked up on certain things that certain women do that act a certain way. Certain women that dress a certain way. Some people that this type of female, this type of female. So I know what I want already. You know what I'm saying? I've already been through it. I didn't got finessed. I didn't got fucked over. I didn't got whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if you really trying to obtain a certain type of woman, you got to get out there because you'll never know. You'll never know until you deal with different types of women. But yeah, that's the end of that video. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel.